Hey, how'd you feel about expanding yourself so that you can expand your means and maybe travel more? Come with us.
Come on. Those guys thought I was crazy.
Right on the edge.
Not looking that way.
Look, Mom, it's my mortality. Oh my God, my mortality right off to the right.
Are we there yet?
Almost. Okay, Mom, if you're watching, I'll go behind this way instead of in front of it. It's pretty. Summit.
Are we there yet?
We are.
We're there. Okay, video till I catch my breath though. You don't really
This is the summit.
Wow. Pretty cool.
Stick around, kids. There's more than just the views I'm going to share with you. Much more than just the views I will share with you. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you for kicking my butt.
Oh, look.
Totally worth it though. This is the dessert.
Right? That was foreplay. This is the dessert. Oh, where am I trying to? There we go. Ah, there it is. Oh, look. It's Las Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Mandalay Bay, the Luxor.
Right.
Excalibur, New York, New York. And then that's all I can see from here.
Pretty cool.
Stick around. At the beginning of this video, I asked how'd you like to expand yourself, to expand your means so that you could travel. So stick around. That's going to be the most important part of this whole thing. The views are just meant to inspire some kind of action. So let's start talking about the action, shall we? So what do I mean by expanding yourself, to expand your means so that you can travel more? And this obviously is for people that are very, very interested in traveling. So I'll tell you what, when I would watch things like, I don't know, the Travel Channel, or I would look at magazines and see all these cool places, it's just always been in my DNA. I love traveling. I don't know if you can relate to that, but if you can, stick with me. I'm gonna get to it, don't worry. But anyway, I was kind of trapped in the Midwest for, I want to say, 14, 15 years without leaving because I didn't really have the money, and you know, I had a job and I had a gatekeeper, so to speak, where I had to ask permission to do anything. And even if I could get approved time off for this and that, I didn't really have the financial means to do it or the freedom of my time, so I just didn't have the means. So one day, the girl I was dating at the time invited me to get into a home business with her back in 2007. I said no for, you know, a few reasons, but eventually I said yes. Sick of being broke, and sick of not having my freedom of my time, sick of not being able to travel. So that was the beginning, the very beginning of me expanding myself to expand my means. Now, That involved a lot of getting out of my comfort zone. It involved actually lining up how I was spending my time with what I really truly wanted, like my priorities. And that was a whole process. I'm not going to get into that here, but what I am going to get into is this whole expansion of thyself, to expand your means, to be able to have your freedom of your time. That's wealth. I mean, wealth is freedom of your time. Accumulating that is pretty cool. So whether it's traveling or something else or a combination of a bunch of stuff that you want to do, I have this 30 days to profit training sequence. Profit is a very good word, especially when it's a result of creating some kind of a positive impact in other people's lives, the planet that we live on. Profit is a very good word. It's an amazing word. Think about this. There's an obesity epidemic, chronic disease, chronic pharmaceutical medications for the rest of people's lives. They don't even talk about a plan to come off of lifestyle drugs. It's for the rest of your life. They used to, but not anymore. So we have chronic disease, chronic debt, chronic obesity. These are huge problems. The products that I deal with that profit, these products help reverse those problems. So I love telling people, the more people that get into the kind of business that I'm in, the more millionaires that we create, the closer we come to ending chronic disease and chronic obesity and chronic debt. And when those things are reversed, people are going to be much happier. A lot more people are going to be much happier. And you've expanded your means at the same time so that you can travel, do amazing things with amazing people. Hey, Nancy.
Hi.
It's a win-win-win deal. But getting back to my profit training course, it's a home business. It's the beginning of one, but what it really is the ultimate course in personal growth, personal expansion, to expand yourself and your means, disguised cleverly as a business. That's what it is. And so now, after being trapped, or I felt trapped, I was only trapped by my brain, but once I started expanding that, I could expand thyself, which then I could expand my means, freedom of the mind and so forth. And now, because I've expanded my means, I have my freedom of time, fired my boss in February of 2010. Thank you very much. For me, that meant giving up the job search forever, because I never did find work again. So that's what fired my boss means for me. Could mean something different for you, I don't know. But that was like the pivotal moment for me. Well, the first pivotal moment was making the decision a couple years before that. And then doing the work and my precious minutes of my spare time outside of everything else I had going on, being faithful with that little bit of time that I had and the little bit of resources. I didn't even have my own money. I had to use other people's money to get started, which I was criticized deeply for by other people. But what do they know? They're still stuck, and they still have to get permission from somebody to do anything. We'll just call it a boss. So yeah, it's a big difference. So if any of this turns you on and you are interested in expanding yourself, expanding your brain, and expanding your means so you have your freedom of time and you have a bigger ability to contribute and give back more at the same time you're growing your freedom and also solving problems in our country with chronic disease, obesity, and debt and all these things. If you're interested in lining all those things up together and you want to know how to do that, I have a way that seems to work pretty good. I am not the only way. There's more than one way to do it. But I will invite you to look at a video that I made about my 30 Days to Profit training course. And if what I have in the video, I'm speaking to you in this video, if that really moves you, then we'll talk more, and maybe this will be something you want to do. And if it doesn't, if it just looks like, Tom, I looked at it, but it's not my thing, that's totally cool too. At least you're going to be on the path now to finding something that is for you so that you can create all these things that you want to create, including your ability to travel, if that's what you want to do, or stay home, if that, it doesn't matter. It's your freedom of time. It's all about the options. I mean, that's a rich life. It really is.
That's right.
So just connect with me privately. Go to my website, fireyourboss.
Fireyourboss.xyz.
Not .com, but
.xyz.
Thank you very much, Miss Panning Camera Person.
You're welcome.
Fireyourboss.xyz. My social media plugins are there. I use Facebook mostly, so connect with me privately on that thing and just ask for the video about the profit training group that I have. Watch it. If you like it, we'll talk more. And if you don't like it, keep searching for the thing that is for you. And that's going to be a good thing too. So I basically earned my first 6 figures and a lot more since then on social media. And I figured I backtracked it so I could teach it, and that's how I wrote the thing. So if that incentivizes you to at least check it out, because you know the proof is in the pudding, as they say, then cool beans. So that's about it for this video. I will, at the end of this, I will attach some, pictures that I take from being up here, and let this video, let it inspire most people when they see cool stuff like this that they like. They're thinking to themselves, man, that would be so cool to do someday, but I'll never get to do that. So they end up spending more time watching the Travel Channel and looking at magazines than actually doing the real thing, or they don't spend any time doing the real thing. They're just watching it on TV or in a picture. What I'm asking you to do, if you want to, is to do the opposite of what most people are doing. Just make a decision that you're going to figure it out, that you're going to grow yourself, to expand yourself, and create your freedom of time so that you can live those things. The only thing more beautiful than a beautiful dream is a beautiful reality. You heard it here. I'm not the first person to say that. I don't know who the first person is, so I can't take credit for creating that, but it's a really cool philosophy. So turn those dreams into a beautiful reality. And you know what's really cool about whatever is in your way from where you are now to what you really want to do? You know what's really cool about whatever it is that you've got to overcome? Is that creating your freedom and your ability to contribute to all these things and your freedom of time, the gateway to creating all of that stuff is in the overcoming. So you overcome that and go through that process, and bam, the gateway opens up. I don't know how long it will take. It's different from person to person, but it will open, and that's all on you. So how cool is that? So embrace the stuff you got to overcome. Embrace it. That's all I got to say about that. So yeah, I'm going to end this video now. I hope you got something out of it. I hope it inspires you. Whether you do this thing with me or somebody else, I hope it inspires you, and I hope you tell me all about it. So watch the rest of this video. Some scenic shots coming up. I will see you all later. I suspect I will hear from quite a few of you real soon. Putting this out live on location from somebody who's actually doing it, not just talking about it. How cool is that? I think that's pretty neat.
It is very cool.
I'll see you guys later. I'll hear from you soon. Bye for now.